In 2025, some countries have shut their doors to Americans completely. Whether due to escalating diplomatic tensions, safety risks, or new travel restrictions, these destinations are now off-limits for U.S. citizens. In this video, we're counting down the 10 countries Americans can't visit anymore, revealing the reasons behind these bans and their global implications. Stay with us to see which nations made the list and why. Number 10. North Korea. North Korea has always been one of the most closed-off nations in the world, and in 2025, it officially banned Americans from entering. The US and North Korea have had a tense relationship for decades, marked by nuclear tests and sanctions. In 2024, tensions escalated when North Korea accused the US of espionage and imposed stricter border controls. The country also faces internal issues, including limited healthcare infrastructure and fears of disease outbreaks, making it even more cautious about allowing foreign visitors. Previously, only a small number of Americans traveled to North Korea through approved tours. However, those opportunities are now gone, and even travel agencies that specialized in arranging visits have ceased operations. North Korea's ban reflects the strained political relationship with the US and its internal struggles. While it was never a common destination for American tourists, this ban reinforces the isolation of the secretive nation. Number 9. Russia. Russia is another country that has become off-limits for Americans in 2025. The relationship between the US and Russia has been difficult for years, with allegations of election interference and cyber attacks adding fuel to the fire. In 2024, Russia stopped issuing visas to Americans, citing national security concerns and the need to protect its citizens. This decision had a significant impact on tourism, especially in cities like Moscow and St. Petersburg, which were popular with American travelers. For Americans with Russian heritage or family ties, this ban has been particularly painful, as they can no longer visit loved ones. The decision also reflects the growing political divide between the two nations. While many Americans previously enjoyed exploring Russia's rich history and culture, they now must look to other destinations. The ban highlights how global politics can directly affect even the most personal aspects of travel. Number 8. Iran. Iran has always been a fascinating destination with its ancient history and stunning architecture. However, in 2025, Iran has banned Americans from visiting. This decision stems from the tense relationship between the two countries, which worsened in 2024 due to disagreements over sanctions and nuclear policies. Iran cited concerns over espionage and national security when announcing the ban. For many Americans, this restriction is disappointing because Iran was known for its welcoming people and unique cultural experiences. Popular destinations like Persepolis and the bazaars of Tehran were once open to adventurous travelers. Now, Americans must explore Iranian culture from afar through online resources or documentaries. The ban underscores the complex political challenges between the US and Iran and the broader impact on cultural exchange. While tensions may ease in the future, Iran remains off-limits for now, leaving many travel plans on hold indefinitely. Number 7. Cuba. Cuba, the vibrant Caribbean island, has reinstated its ban on American tourists in 2025. This comes after years of fluctuating relations between the US and Cuba. Diplomatic ties were restored in 2016, briefly allowing Americans to visit and explore the island's music, culture, and historic architecture. However, rising tensions under later US administrations led to the return of sanctions and, eventually, Cuba's decision to bar Americans entirely in 2024. This ban has affected both American travelers and Cuba's tourism industry. For many Americans, visiting Cuba was a rare chance to experience a destination steeped in history and tradition. Now, with the ban back in place, those opportunities are gone. Cuba's iconic sites, from classic cars to its lively streets, remain out of reach for US citizens. This situation reflects the fragile relationship between the two countries and its impact on cultural exchange and tourism. Number 6. Venezuela. Venezuela was once a thriving South American destination, but in 2025, it is no longer accessible to Americans. The Venezuelan government banned US citizens in 2024, citing concerns about Western interference. The US has imposed sanctions on Venezuela due to its political instability and economic challenges, which include hyperinflation and food shortages. For years, the U.S. State Department warned against travel to Venezuela due to crime and safety risks, including kidnappings. The official ban now formalizes what had already been a difficult destination for Americans. Many who have traveled to Venezuela in the past remember its beautiful landscapes and vibrant culture, but these experiences are now off-limits. For those seeking South American adventures, alternative destinations like Colombia or Peru provide safer options. Venezuela's ban highlights the ongoing struggles within the country and its strained relationship with the United States. Number 5. Libya. Libya has been in a state of turmoil for over a decade, and in 2025, it is officially off-limits for American travelers. The country banned U.S. citizens in 2024, citing security concerns due to its ongoing civil war. Libya is currently divided between warring factions, making it one of the most dangerous places in the world. Violence, terrorism, and kidnappings are common, leaving little room for tourism. For years, the U.S. government has warned against travel to Libya, but the recent ban makes it even clearer. The country is not safe. Libya's instability has led to a humanitarian crisis, with millions displaced and essential services severely lacking. While the country's ancient ruins and Mediterranean coastline once held promise as tourist attractions, the current reality is far from inviting. Libya's ban is a stark reminder of the challenges it faces as it struggles to find peace. Number 4. Yemen. Yemen's rich history and culture have been overshadowed by years of conflict and humanitarian crises. In 2025, Yemen remains a country Americans cannot visit due to its ongoing war. The Yemeni government banned U.S. travelers in 2024, citing safety concerns and the risk of foreign interference. The war in Yemen has devastated the nation, with widespread famine, disease, and displacement affecting millions. Popular destinations like the historic old city of Sana'a are now inaccessible due to the conflict. Yemen's situation highlights the dangers of traveling to areas plagued by war and instability. For Americans who once worked in humanitarian efforts in Yemen, the ban is a painful confirmation of the country's struggles. While Yemen's ban is meant to prioritize safety, it further isolates the nation from the rest of the world, making recovery and cultural exchange even more difficult. Number 3. Afghanistan. Afghanistan is another country that Americans can no longer visit in 2025. After the Taliban regained control in 2021, Afghanistan has experienced increasing isolation from the Western world. In 2024, the Taliban officially banned Americans from entering the country, citing national security concerns and a desire to limit Western influence. Afghanistan's long history of conflict, including terrorism and civil unrest, has made it unsafe for travelers for years. The U.S. government had already advised against travel to Afghanistan, but the 2024 ban solidified its status as a no-go zone. For many Americans who served in Afghanistan, either in the military or humanitarian roles, the ban is bittersweet. It marks the end of cultural and diplomatic ties while underscoring the challenges facing the Afghan people. Afghanistan's ban is yet another example of how global conflict impacts international travel and relations. Number 2. Syria. Syria's ongoing civil war and political instability make it one of the most dangerous places for Americans in 2025. In 2024, the Syrian government banned U.S. citizens from entering, citing security concerns and fears of espionage. The war has displaced millions and destroyed much of Syria's infrastructure, including its healthcare and transportation systems. Once home to breathtaking historical sites like Palmyra, Syria now faces severe challenges. The ban cuts off opportunities for humanitarian work and cultural exchange, further isolating the country. Travelers interested in exploring the region's history are encouraged to consider safer alternatives like Jordan or Lebanon. Number 1. Myanmar. Myanmar, also known as Burma, tops the list of countries Americans cannot visit in 2025. Since the military coup in 2021, Myanmar has faced political turmoil and international sanctions. In 2024, the government banned American travelers, citing sovereignty concerns and growing tensions with the West. Myanmar's once thriving tourism industry has suffered due to the conflict. Its breathtaking landscapes and cultural landmarks are now overshadowed by reports of human rights abuses. For U.S. travelers, this ban marks the loss of a destination with immense potential. It highlights the ongoing struggles within Myanmar and its isolation from the global community. That's a wrap. If you found this video insightful, hit like, subscribe, and ring the bell for more updates. Don't miss our next video. 10 Bad Luggage, features that will drive you crazy while traveling. See you there.